overheat guns, maximum pews.
Hello, Tiberius Stargazer here with a roundup video of what's been happening in the Hero Coalition. The pace of the Provi catch war has slowed to nothing more than small fleets from either side harassing jump bridges and dropping sovereignty blockade units. Occasionally we get a small group skirmish, but otherwise not a huge amount's been going on. But that doesn't mean Hero's been quiet. In fact, it's been quite the opposite. On day 27, while defending our northern border, we formed a fleet to go kill a couple of sovereignty blockade units. Probably had dropped 2 of these in one of our systems, which is not unusual as they've been trying to SBU a number of our systems for a few days now. But they didn't show up to defend them, and it ended up being a slow grind to bring them back down again. However, this day was something a bit different. Northern Coalition, or NC Dot, in a show of force dropped first a Tengu fleet, and then dropped a very large super fleet. And this was a real treat for our new bros, some of which had never seen the super, let alone full fleet of them. So this turned what would have been ordinarily a very mundane evening into something a bit exciting. I'd like to give thanks to Spiderbite for the footage of the supers warping in behind the Tengu fleet, mainly because I was too stupid to think about getting some good shots. But if you click on the image, you can go through to his original video.
We should not ever piss off NC.
Well, duh.
On day 28, of course, was the EVE-Bet Revenant Event. On screen are a couple of videos uploaded from the event, and you can jump to the originals by clicking on those links. You may be wondering why I don't have any video footage of my own. Well, it's because I spent most of my time looking at a glitched out screen where the grid refused to load and none of my modules had run. So I've shamelessly stolen footage from other YouTube providers. So please check out their videos and give them some well-deserved hits. For me personally, and for a number of people, while the event was considered very much a technical success, as this was the single largest online gathering of EVE players at any one time, it was excruciatingly painful to be in. Time dilation was more than 10% for most of the 7 hours, and many people experienced problems with even managing to interact with the game. While I love player events like this, the size of it was just way too much for most people to handle. However, once the Revenant had been destroyed and the majority of the people on grid had left, it left Hero a good opportunity to have a brawl with whoever remained, and basically we took over the field. What was also great is, going by the local scans, is that Hero Coalition had brought the largest group of ships to the fight, so that was fantastic. Sadly, the last nail in the coffin for me was the fact that the Revenant kill mail, which was very important for EVE-Bet and the competition that were running at the time, has still not been generated. It's a great pity to those who stood to gain a lot from the prizes, but a lot of us, quite honestly, are thinking that maybe the EVE services that completes the kill mails couldn't cope with the number of people. There was at least 4,800 people on there, so let's hope that that can be sorted and see one soon. Finally, in catch-related news, back in Hero's familiar space, on day 29, Imperial Guardians Corporation, which is part of Honour, aka Spaceship Samurai, was booted from the Alliance due to dispute between the Coalition leaders, executiveship and corp directors. Or Iku, CEO of Imperial Guardians, according to an article on the Mittani.com and backed up with a set of logs as well, was refusing to follow the agreed course of action to consolidate power of the Alliance sovereignty into one holding corporation. This was to allow better management of the Alliance finances. It's not unusual practice for a null-sec alliance, as it provides an extra layer of security that simplifies many of the processes required to run a sovereign-holding alliance. And it appears, because Aura was not playing along with this, the decision was made to kick the corp from the alliance. The result of this was all the systems held by Imperial Guardians dropped, and the end result was the Honour Cap fleet was deployed to regrind all the systems back into the Hero Coalition hands before anyone could take advantage. While it appears some small fights broke out and fleets attempted to engage the Hero Capital fleet, they ultimately failed to do so, and by the following day all the systems that had been dropped had been retaken. You can read more on this on the Mittani.com, link to the article is in the description below. So that's the roundup for the last few days. If you have any questions, comments, or would like me to feature any of your EVE related videos, please leave a comment for me below, and until next time, be brave. I am such a moron.
What, did you point the SPU?
No, I've brought 9,000 heavy assault missiles to go in my heavy launchers. Oh,
So wrecked.
such
So
a
wrecked.
grub, Jesus.
Would you like me to bring you some missiles?
Jesus.
Tiberius, can your next video be just you individually jet canning them somewhere?